Japanese parents don't typically show affection the same way maybe other parents do. All I know is that I wanted to be a part of change, like something good, something I can be proud of. I try my best to show up consistently and not forcing me to bring down my walls. So I'm kind of like a mentor, a friend, a therapist, a teacher, a counselor, like all together. I felt like it's my soul's mission to do more. When I hear like, Miss Kealani, I love you. Like those moments, just like how can you not feel like, wow, oh my gosh. You compare, you know, your own life and where you're at, and you feel kind of guilty for the things that you complain about. When you're on an airplane, you need to put your own oxygen mask on first. It doesn't make you a bad worker when you're not able to. We're all human beings. So embarrassing. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Already did.
I play COD Mobile.
No way, actually?
Actually, like obsessively. When I close my eyes before bed, all I see is the COD map.
You're like...
It's crazy. I'm like, oh my God, traveling is therapy.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Plugged In with Paul Sugimura. Today's guest is someone who's known me by practically my entire life, and we grew up together at the same church, and I've watched her grow into one of the most grounded, caring, and strong people that I know. She's a Japanese-Canadian child and youth care professional with over 5 years of experience in the mental health field. She currently works as an intensive family support worker, helping children, youth, and families navigate complex emotional and behavioral relational challenges. But behind that title is someone who sees tough and sometimes traumatic things every single day, yet still shows up with compassion, patience, and a heart. So today we're diving into what it means to support others while protecting your own well-being. Please welcome my friend, Kealani Izumi. Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited. So let's just dive into it. So what we like to do on the show is we like to kind of start off like with, you know, your early journey and your roots and like how you kind of got to where you're at. Because obviously, you know, a lot of times we see sort of the end, right? But there's a lot of things that go into the beginning. So growing up, what shaped your desire to work with children, youth, and families?
That's a really good question. I initially, you know, we've known each other for so long. So my parents divorced, right? And so I think growing up, I saw a lot of chaos just with having mom and dad having their own issues. They're in their relationship, in their marriage, but also just around me. You know, I was at a really vulnerable time, grade 6. You're trying to navigate who your friends are and everything. And I think a lot of teachers and other people saw me as like the troubled kid. Like I was always trying to make people laugh, and I was really disguising my own pain of what was going on behind the scenes with humor and laughter. And so I got into it. Is that what the question was?
Yeah, like what shaped your desire to get into this field?
I had a social worker assigned to me in grade 6, and I worked with her. And for the first time in my life, I think she really saw me for who I was and saw that I wasn't really just this troubled kid. Like there was something more to it.
Yeah.
And she really inspired me. Like I really felt heard and seen by her. And I was like, I want to be like that when I grow up.
That's awesome. So did you always see yourself in this field? Or like, I guess you kind of touched on it a little bit, like, you know, having that impact with, you know, the impact of the social worker kind of pushing you, you know, kind of inspiring you. But like, did you always see yourself kind of in this field or like?
Yeah. I mean, I've always loved kids. Like I was the neighborhood babysitter. Like I always taking care of babies. Like I think I naturally have a nurturing personality. Like that's always been a part of who I am. And so I'm going to say, yeah, like I think I always wanted to work with people. All I know is that I wanted to be a part of change, like something good, something I can be proud of. And yeah, I think that I've always known that. And I'm really happy to be in this field and really proud of the work I do.
That's awesome. I mean, I think it kind of ties into like your passion for it too, right? Because if it's something that you just love to do, right? It's like you show up every day kind of with the best version of yourself, right? That's awesome. So how did your cultural upbringing and influence influence the way you support others? Because we kind of touched on it a little bit, and then we kind of touched on it a little bit off camera as well.
Yeah.
So like, can you kind of talk to that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can relate, but I think maybe not. But my mom is Japanese. And so Japanese parents don't typically show affection the same way maybe other parents do. So I think I really wanted to just be more nurturing for people. And I think that plays a role in how I show up for my clients. Yeah. And, I don't know.
So where did you find that sort of nurturing side then? If your mom wasn't, as nurturing, was it come from your dad more or maybe friends, family?
Yeah, I think my dad compensated for the lack of, I think my dad would treat me like a princess, and so I saw that and I understood how it felt to be loved in that way. And I'm not saying my mom doesn't love me, but I think just my dad really compensated for my mom's inability to show affection in that sense.
Yeah, I feel like, with Japanese, I mean, being Japanese Canadian, but my to your point, my parent, it's a little bit different with my dad because he's fourth generation. So he has a lot more of the Western values in the way that he expresses himself and things like that. Like my parents always tell me I love you all the time, right? Yeah. But when I talk to a lot of other people, they're like, what? You're like, I've never heard that in my life.
No, for real though. My mom has only recently has she ever started hugging me or she'll put her arm around me and it feels foreign, but I know that she's doing that because she's had so long that she hasn't. Right. It's uncomfortable for her.
Right. Yeah. I think too, I think it's just the generational gap too, because my family's been here for 4 generations. So it's the same thing with you. So now technically you're at generation 3, right? So your children, that will come and down the road. Yeah. You'll show them sort of those.
I know.
Love and,
for sure.
affection,
for sure.
like that, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. So what values from your childhood still guide you with your work today?
Good question. Yeah. When I work with my kids, when I say my kids, I mean my clients, but I can see a little version of myself, misunderstood, just really hiding behind a wall to protect themselves. And I think back again to my social worker or teachers that have touched my heart. And I think the key takeaway of it all was just their patience for me and not forcing me to bring down my walls, but showing me through action, right? They're going to remain consistent for me, whether I am willing to accept it at that time or not. Yeah. So I try my best to show up consistently and am very patient with people and seeing the good, especially when it comes to kids. Kids are so pure. Yeah. And they don't know. They're just kind of plopped into the world and they're forced to navigate. So, and compassion for parents too. I think it's so easy for people who don't get it to judge parents and to form these opinions of people who don't really know the struggle. Life is so hard.
Yeah. Sometimes I think people sometimes forget that sometimes everyone's just trying to do their best. And sometimes maybe the best isn't up to the standard or whatever, but in their situation, they're literally just trying the best they can do, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's pivot now. So what do most people not understand about this field? Because you had to kind of walk me through a lot about what you do. So what are some things that people don't understand about your field that you're in?
My field, it's so hard to answer that question because I get it every day from friends and family as well.
Yeah. It's a very common question.
Yeah, it's so common. And I was just saying earlier, social work, for example, I think people have a better grasp and understanding of what social work looks like. In the field of child and youth care, this is my opinion, but I think it's a lot more broad and nuanced. There's so many different avenues you could explore. And so it's hard to say what the whole field is exactly. But in my personal role currently at my agency, my role looks so differently based on who my clients are. So I'm kind of like a mentor, a friend, a therapist, a teacher, a counselor, all together, personal support worker at times. Really my role stretches beyond what is in my contract of what my role is supposed to be. You show up for families however you can with boundaries. And I'm sure we'll get into that too. But yeah, so my role is very nuanced and there's no correct answer to that. Which I like.
So what was the early moment in your career where you had this, this is exactly what I want to do? Because obviously, sometimes in our minds, we have you said early on, you're like, yeah, it's something I want to do. But sometimes we think, oh yeah, this is something I want to do. And then you actually do it and you're like, this is not actually what I want.
Yeah.
So when did that moment happen for you? Where you knew this is what you want to do?
Yeah.
Follow it.
right after graduating, I moved to Japan and I was teaching English. And I was at that time of my life, I was exploring, do I want to go into teaching and follow my dad's footsteps? Maybe I'll come back and go to teachers college and explore that avenue. But I think as I was teaching, I have so much respect for teachers, but I realized, okay, teaching is not for me because I just feel like, yes, we're educating students and that's great. And teachers' role again too is like mentor, like you really look up to your teachers and you leave a lasting imprint on people's lives. But I felt like it's my soul's mission to do more. And so I think at that point I was like, okay, when I get home, I'm locking in. Like I'm going to find a job that really feels fulfilling.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how do you measure sort of the impact that you make without being able to kind of see sometimes the tangible things behind it?
So hard. So hard. It's really hard. Like I battle with that concept myself, like on a daily almost.
Yeah.
Like, wow, we've been at this for 6 months or we've been at this for 1 year. Like, have I made an impact? Have I been able to foster change? But I think in those small moments, interactions with parents or with kids, when you really compare to when I first met them, oftentimes, again, it goes back up to that wall, right? Like parents have this huge wall to protect themselves. They don't trust the system. They don't trust people. And same goes for the kids. Like, why would they trust the world when the world has been so cruel to them? So I think when I reflect on that, just knowing, like when I hear like, Miss Kealani, I love you. Like those moments, just like, how can you not feel like, wow, oh my gosh, not only have I earned this child's trust, but now they can feel like there's at least one person in the world that gets them. And that's enough for me to keep going.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So what does a day in the life look like for you? Because, we keep talking about this, like, not a lot of people know. So girl, break it down for us. What is a regular day in the life look like?
Are we starting from brushing my teeth? Or my daily work life?
Yes, daily work life. Because, Instagram.
Doom scroll in bed.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, every day is so different. Like, and there's seasons, right? Like there's busier seasons. And when I say busy, you can naturally expect families to go through a lot more life stressors, especially around the holidays. Like this is a really hard time for so many families. And so my days look different on winter months, for example. So let's go with that.
Yeah.
So each family's different. So what I do in my role is I go into families' homes. And I do like virtual as well, but like that's what my main goal is, to work with them in the home and foster change within the home. So I'll wake up, I'll check my emails and check over, who my clients are for the day. I'll always do a daily check-in with almost all my clients, see how things are going. And if something comes up that takes precedence, then I'll include that in my day and I'll navigate that. But if I have to go in home, I travel to their home. And sometimes it's late evenings, sometimes I get home around 10:30.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes when it's really hard, I'll keep my phone on the weekend if I know parents are really struggling. And I'll
do it's like you don't even really get turned off.
That's where the boundaries come in, right? Like I'm supposed to. And to be honest, like we bend the rules if we need to. But yeah, like typically, I should be keeping my phone off. But sometimes like parents are really struggling. And if you're that one person that they can lean on, and if I have availability, then I'll do my best to make it work. I'm not going to drive down to their home, but
yeah, for sure. You just want to just be there.
Being a buffer. And support them emotionally. So yeah, sometimes it looks like that.
Right. So talking about, meeting these families and stuff, what types of challenges or crises are you helping these families like navigate?
Oh man, there's so many different ones. Sometimes it's simple in the sense that, kids are having behavioral challenges or kids are really suffering at school. And I like to think of myself as the person that kind of organizes the chaos, right? Because there's no real one way of fixing this issue in a short amount of time. Like we work on it daily for a long period of time to bring up that change. But sometimes it's severe crisis, like mental health. Like I think that's another piece that people forget. Like mental health deeply affects people and how they can show up in the world. So if you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of other people and your child? Like, and that guilt too, right? Like parents feel so guilty for not being able to show up in a way that they want to.
For sure.
There's a housing crisis, people not being able to afford food, helping navigate that, connecting them to the right resources to get the support they need. Because I don't have it all, right?
Of course. You can't do it all either,
no.
Right?
Yeah, but we're really lucky in our agency. We've got like a psychologist. We have a lot of people that know other people.
Yeah.
So we can get those connections a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And how did you get like lined up with this agency? Actually, that's a question I can ask.
Yeah, I was at 2 different agencies before, and I really enjoyed both for different reasons. And my second place I worked, I made a really good friend.
Yeah.
And her mom actually worked at this agency. And she created like a program that the agency still uses to this day.
It's awesome.
And she's like, you might want to explore coming over here. Like you might enjoy it. And I did a quick phone mini interview and I was kind of sold. Like the agency seemed great and values aligned with mine.
Yeah.
And here I am.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So next question is, and I know we kind of talked about you talked about this earlier, when the child said, I love you, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is enough to like make you cry, right?
Oh yeah,
there.
For sure. I cry all the time.
Yeah. So what do you do to build like the trust, right? Because like, you said with the children and with the family, like especially with the children, like how do you build that trust? Because like you said, like they've been kind of, given excuse that fragile shit stick sometimes, right? And then, like that's all they know at the beginning, right? So then obviously it's very hard for them to trust people, right? So like how do you sort of break down those boundaries?
Such a good question. I think with kids, it's almost easier.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know. Like I think naturally I show up very kid-like myself. Like I'm very silly, I'm goofy. So we relate. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why we get along.
So yeah, like they pick up on those cues and I think kids have the best radar for understanding like, is this person a bad person or a good person? So they pick up on that and they can form a relationship a lot faster and a lot quicker. But I think going back to patience, like patience is so key and not forcing it. And I have a lot of empathy for kids in that aspect and just really showing like, even if they swear at me, like, F you, go F yourself, leave. I don't want to talk to you. Like, and that's majority. Yeah. Like a lot of kids show up that way, but not being scared of that, not being afraid of that and showing up the next day and pretending like nothing happened. Yeah. Slowly over time, they're like, oh, wow, I wasn't able to scare her off. She's still showing up. Mm-hmm. And then with time, just building that.
So how do you not take those things personally?
When it comes from a kid, I can take it. Yeah. But it happens with parents too.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I feel like obviously they learn the language from someone, right?
Yeah, like and parents is building relationship, building trust with parents is hardest. Mm-hmm. Some people it comes easy, right? Like they trust you right from the get-go. And some parents it takes 6 months. Yeah. But I know eventually I'll get there, and I'm content with the fact that it might not happen. Right. And if it doesn't happen, I know that it's not a reflection of me and my work. And I think that that's one thing that's really important is just showing up as myself to the best of my ability. And if they don't, I'm not judging them for it. And I'm also not taking it personally because that's just life sometimes.
Yeah. I love that. That's a very good mentality to have. Yeah. Because I feel like, if you could take things personally, this is probably not the line of.
Oh yeah, I'd be out of here. But if like that part really doesn't affect me as much. Mm-hmm. Like I've had really hard, challenging situations with kids where anyone would be out the door. Mm-hmm. But it kind of is motivating, like to a degree, for a child to show up so angry at you. There's a certain degree of trust that they have to have already to show up that way. Right. Does that make sense? Like for a kid to feel like they can be safe to be angry.
Yeah, to show their full emotions, right? Exactly. They want to keep themselves guarded, right?
So for me, it kind of sounds messed up when I say it out loud, but for me, it's like, okay, like we're getting somewhere. Like, you're angry. I hear you. I see you. Yeah. And I'm still here. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So what's one approach or philosophy that you rely on the most when you're, working and sort of keep you grounded and sort of like that?
I feel like I am repeating myself, but truly like Philosophy? Oh man, let me think about that one. I don't know. I think it's easy to get lost in the work that I do sometimes. Like the goal is hard to see. The lines get blurred a little. But I really just try my best to see people for who they are in moments when they're not able to show up and in moments when they are showing up, because nonetheless, it's the best they can do right now.
Right.
And every day is a blessing. Like I tell my clients who are having a really hard time, every day that you wake up is you trying, and that's enough. And so even when I'm having a hard day and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to go wake up tomorrow and work? Like, oh my gosh, my clients are suffering. And when my clients suffer, I'm suffering too.
Yeah, of course.
So that's my philosophy. Like wake up, do your best, and take care of yourself and support people.
Yeah. I love that. That's great. You see heavy things daily. And what does that weight kind of feel like?
Yeah. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, like it's heavy. Yeah. Some days are really heavy and some days are not as heavy. And you hear all along, like in university, there was a whole course on self-care and how to take care of your mental health while being in this field, because I think as a naturally caring person, no matter what, you're going to take home a little bit of what your clients are experiencing, and you're going to be thinking about them, because it's not just a job to me, right? Like I truly care about my clients and the people that I work with. So some days are really hard to turn off your brain and to focus on your personal life when you know that other families are out there suffering. And I don't think this is talked about enough, but you almost feel guilty for the life you have. You compare, you know, your own life and where you're at, and you feel kind of guilty for the things that you complain about. Like they seem so small compared to how other people's lives are, and that also weighs heavy on me.
Do you find that it gives you better perspective in life?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. But it also like that. How do I navigate that? You know, like feeling blessed for my life sounds so. What's the word I'm looking for? Like it just feels like, oh my gosh, wow, my life is so good. Feels really weird and awkward feeling, like uncomfortable.
Yeah. You also feel like guilty.
Yeah.
So survivor's guilt almost.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And then it makes you feel like, oh my God, what can I do? What can I do more? Like, how can I help more? But for sure, it really does help me understand like how it makes you appreciate the little things in life.
Right.
Being able to wake up, having food, and being warm. Like the things you take for granted, everyone does it. You know, we wake up and we go put our shoes on and we just go about our day. Yeah. But those little things, like I just got a new pair of shoes. Like, wow, you know, like the small things, getting a coffee.
Yeah.
Those simple pleasures in life, like knowing that not everyone gets that privilege.
Yeah.
And that appreciation. Yeah. For sure.
That's good. I mean, I think it's really important for us. Yeah, I think you're right. Like we always kind of get stuck in like the mundane day-to-day shit. And then like, you know, like to your point, like I think the same thing every time it's so cold outside. Like when I want to complain how cold it is, I remember that like, hey, like I have a home to go to. I have heat. People don't have heat. I have a fridge that has food, right? And it's like, especially with like the Instagram and social media, like everyone's just like comparing like, oh, I'm not on my PJ, I'm not on a yacht, right? But it's like, in the grand scheme of things, in comparison to the entire world, we actually have it quite good. Yeah. We don't have to worry about war and conflict. And then that's just obviously very extreme, but like same thing. You know, your clients, right? Like they, like you said, like food and these sort of basic essentials are not actually super basic for them.
For sure. And it's not even about like comparison too. Like I think for me, it's just a greater appreciation and not, I don't know. Like it really does make a difference when you wake up and you're like, I'm blessed to have this life. And it also helps me want to get my clients to a better place too. And that motivation of keeping it going.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps it going.
So my next question is, how do you stay compassionate without, absorbing every story, right? Because I feel like sometimes you'll see things and people will say things as well that will make you jaded, right? So how do you stay compassionate? Because I'm sure sometimes you maybe sometimes they're not being so truthful to sometimes the parents, right? Like maybe they're saying things you're like, I don't think that's actually true. Like, so how do you stay compassionate,
Yeah, for sure. I'm a human. So, of course, there's going to be moments where I'm like pissed off or something aggravates me or I'm having a hard day myself. And so, but I think speaking out loud has been one thing that has been super helpful for me. Like just without going into details, with confidentiality, even to my partner. But I'll talk about my day openly and out loud. And sometimes hearing my own voice and hearing my inner thoughts out loud, I check myself like, whoa, where's the compassion here?
Yeah.
Or like I get the ick for myself. I'm like, did I really just say that? Or did I really think that? And then it's those moments are like, whoa, you need to check yourself, do a reevaluation. Why you're in this work? Who are these people? What are they struggling? And then it all makes sense, right? Like I would be that way too. I think everyone would be if we were in that position and just knowing like we don't actually know how hard life is unless you're in the thick of it.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's great perspective. That's actually really great perspective.
But it's not easy.
For sure.
It's not easy.
For sure. So can you describe a moment that was especially difficult and taught you something from it? And without obviously going into detail, obviously. Like.
Yeah. My hardest moment?
Or just a moment that was challenging, right? And it taught you something that came out of it.
Well, one of the most difficult aspects for me in this field is sometimes with kids and families that are in really difficult situations, we work in collaboration often with, not collaboration, but we work with Children's Aid Society. And Children's Aid Society has a bad rap because they are known to like take kids away from families. And unfortunately, I think that that's sometimes the reality for some people.
Sometimes it has to happen.
Sometimes it has to happen. And that is a real challenge. Like knowing that they're in the program and that's kind of like the almost last step or last opportunity before it moves on to a next. And that pressure, like you really feel that pressure, like, oh my God, if I'm not able to help this family, support this family, what's going to happen? And then the brain spirals.
Right. And then Yeah. So what do you do when your brain starts to spiral?
And I think this is where I lean on my friends and my supports, right? Like naturally you do, and you feel that pressure. And I think it does take someone to say, hey, you're doing the best you can. There's really not much else you can do. And I'm blessed to have such an amazing supportive manager. And she's always there. She's got my back and she allows me to rant freely. And she reminds me, like, this work is hard and you're doing the best you can. And there's really not much else you can do. So that acceptance piece, right? Just accepting that sometimes your best, I was going to say not enough, but like, I'm going to say, change my wording to sometimes your best is your best and that's all you can do. And the rest is just life. But I'm still proud of how I showed up. And I think that's the most important part for me.
For sure. I think I think it's like listening to you now, like, I think you have such a good mentality.
Thanks.
Right? Like this job, like you actually have to have the correct mentality to do this job, right? And like, all these things that you're saying, like I think they can also be applied to a lot of people in other fields as well, right?
For sure, yeah.
And in life too. Yeah. So I think you kind of touched on it a little bit. So when the job gets overwhelming, you have your friends and stuff, but what else do you do? I mean, I know you have your little art stuff, restoration stuff, right? So like, what do you do to like decompress?
I'm a big creative. So anything creative I love doing. And I'm also, to some people's surprise, like I'm pretty introverted. So although I might come out like extroverted personality, I'm definitely not. Like I like my alone time big time. Like ask Matt, I lock my door, I lock myself in my bedroom, not because I'm like crying or depressed, but I just like
need
my own space. I need my own space. I blast music, big into dance hall.
Oh, I know, girl.
So I just blast dance hall. I'm dancing, I'm singing, and I'm a big sunshine girl. So like anywhere with sun, I'm happy. Even if it's winter, like opening my windows, singing, dancing, or I'll go for a walk, play with my dog, Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty simple in that sense. And I've been recently working out. So like going to the gym, again, blasting music.
Yeah.
My eardrums are suffering for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All of us are, your drums are.
I get the Apple notification, like, you should turn down your volume. I just ignore it.
You
turn it up.
want some severe
Yes.
like problem with the ear.
Yeah.
So have you ever hit burnout or emotional fatigue, and how did you work your way out of it?
Yes, for sure. In university, I was told by one professor, like, it's pretty inevitable to experience burnout in this field.
Yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah. And it's hard. Like the signs were all there and I ignored it, and some of the signs are, it's weighing on you heavier than usual. You're starting to get depressed. You're not able to separate work and home life. You're feeling that guilt, et cetera. The list goes on. Usually I would lean on my friends and lean on my support at work, but sometimes it's not enough. Like sometimes you're in it so deep that there's really no way out, or it feels that way. And I think in those moments, I think at the time, like when I'm reflecting on this one instance where I was definitely burnt out, I had to take work off. Like I took 5 days of work off.
Yeah.
Just so that I can kind of reset.
Yeah.
But taking those days off, you feel guilt too, because in your absence, your clients are suffering. They don't have their worker. So it's hard to take days off sometimes. But I knew, again, when you're on an airplane, you need to put your own oxygen mask on first.
That's what they always say. Yeah. You gotta save yourself.
You have to, right? Because I can't. Like if my clients are crying in front of me and I'm crying there with them. Yeah. And oftentimes I am, to be honest. Like sometimes my clients cry and I'm crying, but I'm still in the headspace.
You're still emotionally there.
I'm still able to support.
Yeah.
But if my feelings are too in it, I can't. So those were necessary 5 days. And during those 5 days, it was a full reset for me. Like reevaluating everything. Again, telling myself, like, you're doing the best you can. Life is unfortunate for many people, but there's nothing you can do.
Right.
So showing up with a clear headspace and then going back in, that's how you're going to best support, right? Like you got to be good to support them. So
that's awesome. Okay. Yeah. So what advice would you give someone who works in the same field and they're starting to feel emotionally drained? Like what kind of tips can you give them?
What always bothered me, and you're probably going to hear, I'm talking to the audience, but you're probably going to hear this from professors, your parents, friends, family, like, as you grow older and as you navigate the field, you're going to learn how to navigate and divide those things, separate home and your work. And my advice to you is sometimes it's not going to be that easy, no matter what.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done. Yeah. And don't put so much pressure on yourself to do that. It doesn't make you a bad worker when you're not able to. We're all human beings at the end of the day.
I love that.
And we're all going to carry some aspects of work into our life. Who doesn't? Right? Like you can put on a front all you want, but you got to be able to, at this part you will learn the early stages of burnout and what that feels like. And sometimes it has to happen for you to understand what that feels like. And don't give up, right? Like lean into that more and take care of yourself daily, every day, not just when you're burning out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we kind of talked about what you do to decompress. So what are some totally random things that boost your mood? Like that, like maybe there's like a nice coffee in the morning, or like what are you like?
This is so embarrassing, but so embarrassing. Don't judge me.
Already did.
I play COD Mobile.
No way, actually?
Yeah. Like obsessively, like in bed playing COD. And I was telling my friends this the other day. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. But I was telling my friends this all like the other day, literally last night. And she was like, "You're like a teenage boy." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I am." Like you're talking about protein, you're talking about gymming, we're playing COD in bed. I'm like, I am turning into a teenage boy. Like what's happening? But that's one thing I just love. Like you're totally disconnected with the world. I understand gamers now.
So That's awesome. Yeah. So what what comfort do you have? Like any sort of comfort food or comfort shows? Like what sort of helps you?
Yeah, I used to be a big showgirl. Like I loved trash reality TV and I still do, but there's nothing good. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But I used to. Comfort food, like carbs,
Yeah,
like pasta, anything that'll make you pass out like shortly after.
Yeah.
You know, you got the itis and you just love it.
I'm dead. So I got one question for you that I think is a little bit important too. So, how do you prevent internalizing these heavy stories? I think we should have talked about it a little bit. I know you're talking about it a little bit. You took the 5 days off to decompress and you're still feeling it. But how do you prevent internalizing that stuff?
That's hard. It's hard. That's just, you know, sometimes it's inevitable, I think. Yeah, not gonna lie, like it happens, right? Like it just happens sometimes. But yeah, I think it always just goes back to, is this helpful for my clients?
Right.
Like is doing this or allowing this going to benefit my clients in some way, shape, or form? And if the answer is yes, then maybe there's space for that to be fostered in a healthy way. But if the answer is no, then you gotta figure out ways to kind of allow it to exist, because no matter what, the problem still is going to exist.
Yeah.
But if you internalize it, now it becomes your problem, and that's not helpful. So, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge to separate those two things and not internalize it, bring it home with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, life lately, we talked about this already. Congratulations, girl. Yes.
Why am I holding up this hand? This hand.
So, tell me about it. Tell me all about it.
Where do we start?
Yes.
Well, it took him a long time.
Yes. I wasn't going to throw him under the bus, but let's do it now.
Took him a long time. But yeah, it happened in Japan, which I was very excited about. And I was really hoping that he would do it there, because why would you miss
Did you
that
have an
opportunity?
inclination that it was going to happen?
I'm a Virgo, so I'm a big planner.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, girl, I know.
I'm a big planner.
Yes.
We have Paul has experienced it firsthand.
Yes.
I have had to force myself to not plan my engagement from start to finish. Like literally had to force myself not to. For real. Like I'm not joking.
I'm dying because I know you as a person.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm actually dying. It was so hard for you.
It was
You're probably
so
like,
hard for me. And to be honest, like I didn't do a good job. Like every morning I'd be like, hey, so if you do propose here, can you make sure you don't do XYZ? And you know, like it'd be nice if you could do it in like this.
so bloody with you. I love it. It's so on brand with you.
What can I do? Right? Like it's you get what you get.
Exactly.
And you don't complain. And even my ring, like I love my ring, but because and thank you to Matt to allow me to have some creative.
Tell about the Matt.
Yes, I got to help design my ring.
As you should.
Yeah, you know, it's my ring, you know, it's our ring, but mine.
It's yours.
But it happened in Japan. It was really lovely. We got to spend some time with family first in the first portion of the trip. And then we were in Kyoto and we hiked up this mountain. It was really beautiful. And it happened right in front of like a lookout point. Yeah, and it was a very special moment.
That's awesome. Were you just bawling?
You know what? Like,
did he cry? Did you
he
cry?
cried. Sorry if you didn't want me to tell you that. Sorry, Matt. But yeah, he did. Like, and Matt is not an emotional.
No, that's what I was gonna. That's how I was assuming you would cry. But
oh yeah, I mean, I did.
Well, obviously, yes.
But when I turned around and I saw him crying, I was like laughing, but not laughing at him, but like, oh my, one, is this happening? Two, oh my God, you're crying.
Yeah.
And so I was like awkwardly. Oh my God, there's so many awkward moments though. Like. Traditionally, when a man is on their knee or whoever is on their knee, you're supposed to stand up, right? Mm-hmm. But I was seated at the time. Mm-hmm. So I didn't feel like it would be natural for me to then be like, oh, 1 second, let me get up. Yeah. So I stayed seated. Yeah. And so we were just kind of, I was like, yeah, like he's down here and I'm just seated looking at him. And I was like, oh my God, in my head, I'm like, shit, should I stand up now? But then 10 seconds go by and I'm like, oh no, it's too late. I might as well just stay seated. So we stayed seated. It was nice. It was still, I don't think he realized. But yeah,
he's probably in his mind. He's not even thinking. No, about that. He's like, all right.
I could see his heartbeat through his back. He was like, and it was really nice. But yeah, I don't know. It was really cute and awkward and obviously not rehearsed. So
yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
That's awesome. So has life changed? I mean, like, obviously a few big things have happened. So you got a new house, and you guys are also now engaged. So, like, has it changed? Has it felt different? Does it?
For sure, right? Like it's a high. Like when you get the house, everything you've wanted in your life, like that's a major milestone. So hitting that mark was a really unreal, surreal moment. But then, life goes on,
Yes.
right? Like work is still happening. Money now is a whole nother thing you've got to stress about. So now we're kind of getting down to like the mundane in and outs of of your daily life. And so I think we're still on a high, but less of a high. But things have changed. Like, yeah, for sure things have changed where it's a very serious next step. So
Yeah. Have you guys started planning the wedding at all or anything like that?
Nope. Nothing. You know what? Like everyone asks you that, right? Like, oh my God, have you picked a date? Have you selected a dress? Do you know who it's just all too overwhelming for me. So I'm just like in shutdown mode right now. Like, nope.
No.
Just no.
Yeah.
Like I think it just happened. So I'm going to buy myself time. And also like, I don't know in what order is the correct order. And so I think first we need to figure out what's right for us.
Yeah.
And thankfully, family support of that. And so we're just taking it day by day and seeing what feels right.
Well, everyone's happy that you got the ring. So like
everyone's happy.
We got the house, we got the ring. Now we're progressing.
Yes,
right?
We're progressing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I don't know. I just really want to be a mom. So I think for me that's what's on my mind most.
Yeah. That's awesome. So happy for you.
Thank you.
So what have you learned about love and partnership that helps you in your work or vice versa?
Love and relationship. Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah. So what have you learned about love and partnership that helps you in your work or vice versa?
I mean, for Matt and I, in our relationship, we're polar opposite people.
Yes.
Like we're yin and yang.
Yes.
Like we're opposites in every sense.
You actually are.
We are.
You guys are legit
We're
the opposite.
I'm like bubbly. I'm like charismatic. And Matt's like cool, calm, collected always.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm anxious. He's never anxious. Whatever. But somehow it works. And sometimes in my work too, like I come across families where I'm like, how the heck are you two together? Not in that way, but just it's hard. But sometimes it just works. And I value the way Matt shows up in life sometimes. Like sometimes I make fun of him for being so cool, calm, collected all the time. Like, get a little more spicy. Like,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think there's a lot of strength in being able to be so consistent.
Right.
And for me, sometimes I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
And so, just having that balanced energy has been helpful in my work. And I also see it happening with my clients too. And it's nice to see, like, there's no two right people, I think, right? Like people bring different things to the table.
Sure.
And sometimes it works. And so that's great.
Exactly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't.
But in this case, it works well.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so let's turn back the clock a little bit because I do want to touch on something that you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
What the heck got you into COD?
Okay, I'm not a gamer and I don't even condone violence, right? Like guns and stuff.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense at the same time too. Like maybe like, a rough day. Yeah.
No, okay, so going back, so one of my best friends, Luli, she downloaded COD on her phone and was like, hey, we should play. And at that point I had never played.
Yeah.
Like, what is it called? On a controller?
Yeah.
I wasn't that type of person.
This is how we know.
Yeah, I mean, only thumbs on a phone, okay?
Yes.
And then we started playing and we got addicted. Like, she's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And I was like, oh my God, you're so cool. I was like, whoa, you're so cool. Like a girl playing COD. That's cool. So I started playing even when she wasn't around. Like I would find myself like in the bathroom, like playing COD.
Yeah.
And then it got good. I started getting better. And I was like, ooh, I'm cool. Like I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And then my brother started downloading it. Matt downloaded it. And we'd all have like a COD party online. And now it's just a solo thing. Like I'm happy to play by myself and maybe with an online friend or something we'd play together.
Yeah.
And exploring different guns and what they do. I don't know. It's just fun exploring the maps, but it's bad.
Yeah.
Because when I close my eyes before bed, all I see is the COD map.
You're like,
it's crazy. I'm like, oh my God. And like my vocal stims, like I'm stimming like out loud. I'll be sleeping. I'll be getting ready to go to bed. I'm like, your sentry gun has been destroyed. And Matt's like, shut up, like, go to bed. And I'm like, I can't, it's in my brain. Like, it's so bad. I can't stop playing.
I'm so dead. Do you think that's why Matt doesn't play anymore? Because you...
I'm like, watch me play. And he's like, no, I don't care. And I'm like, wow, fine. I'll find someone else who cares. I love you. It's just fun.
I love that. Okay. We're getting close to the end, so we like to do a little rapid fire.
Okay.
So let's touch a little, because I know you do a little bit of golf as well. So what's your favorite course that you played?
I haven't played in very many nice courses. Like, I'm so beginner. But my favorite course, I don't know the name, but we played in Japan, which was sick.
What was that?
So cool.
We're trying to play I'm going for a bachelor party in March, and we're trying to play at close to Mount Fuji.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, the views are stunning. Like, you can't compare.
Insane.
You cannot compare. It's so beautiful. And they have like
Where did you play in Japan?
In Osaka.
Oh,
in Osaka, and it was really nice, and it was such a happy surprise because I posted it on my Instagram story, and my friend who lives out there, shout out Edina, she messaged me on Instagram, and she's like, "You're so close to my hometown right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No way."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I unfortunately not going to be able to see you." This girl pulled up to the golf course with her mom.
No way.
I was waiting for me at the end. And so we got to see each other. Yeah, it was so nice. But
like a friend, like a surprise, right?
yeah, it was so nice. And I was so shocked to see her, but it was beautiful. Japan is just next level.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They have like self-driving carts.
Yeah, I saw that.
They have self-driving carts. They have like a full lunch buffet included in your golf, whatever it's called. Like, it's fun.
That's
awesome. Really fun.
That's awesome. Okay. Sunrise golf or golden hour golf?
Golden hour.
Okay.
I am not an early morning person.
Same.
No.
You rather have a deep talk or a goofy laugh attack?
Oh my God, can I say both? I have to pick?
You one or the other.
Okay, but a goofy laugh attack is like the best feeling in the world.
For sure.
So I'm going to pick that one.
Okay. Are you like movie night in or movie night out?
I hate my couch right now, so I don't want to sit on my couch and watch TV, so movie night out.
Movie night out. Stay in or dress up and go out?
For the most part, stay in.
Stay in, yeah. I see that with you too.
Pajamas.
Perfect round of golf or a perfect mental health day?
Perfect round of golf. That's a perfect mental health day. You know?
Tied in together.
It's tied together.
Tied in together. Free flights for life or free therapy for life?
Free flights, because traveling is therapy, you know?
Hey, I like that. Okay, 1 hour of extra sleep or one extra day on the weekend?
What the heck am I going to do with 1 hour of extra sleep? A whole day, of course.
Yeah, that's what I figured too. Okay, that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much. This has been so fun.
Yes. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Plugged In with Paul Sugimura. A huge thank you to my guest, Kealani Izumi, for sharing her story and insight with us. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with somebody who you think will find value in it. I can't wait to bring you more conversations that inspire, educate, and keep you plugged in. Till next time, peace.